Kian Jewis starts on pole position for round 9 of Porsche Carrera Cup GB, with Gus Burton lining up second, and the second row, Theo Edgerton, and the Pro-Am pole sitter and championship leader Charles Rainford. The grid is formed and a 40-minute race in prospect. No pit stop, but it's a long race in terms of track time. Not a set number of laps. The flag goes out the first time the leader crosses the line. Once 40 minutes are up. Kian Jewis then on pole position, looks towards the lights. It's going to be fascinating this to see how drivers manage this long race with temperatures increasing throughout the 40 minutes. The lights go red, engine notes rise. When the lights go out, we go racing. Slightly hesitant start by Jewis. Good getaway by Gus Burton from the outside of the front row. Theo Edgerton also losing out a little bit on the run down towards Riches for the first time. And it's going to be Gus Burton who leads the way. Charles Rainford goes second. He was absolutely demon in qualifying. They're 3 wide for third, and a bit of rubbing taking place as the cars come up towards Wilson for the first time. Great start by Burton, and it's all kicking off behind as they just about scrabble through the hairpin together.
Yeah, it's a good start by Burton. He did exactly what he needed to do from the outside of the front row and took advantage of that poor start for Jewis. Uncharacteristic, actually, but Jewis, obviously angered by his bad start, is fighting back and is actually catching Jewis on this lap.
Just wonder whether 1 or 2 drivers are still biding their time here, because we've only had really 7 minutes of the race. There is still a long way to go, and it's only going to get hotter.
Yeah, Porsche set a minimum tyre pressure that they can start the race with, and so you can't drop the tyres too much to allow for the heat build-up during the race. But they're probably fortunate they're having this 40-minute race slightly earlier in the day, but nevertheless, tyre management will be crucial, and I guess at the moment it's quite easy for Kian Jewis to just sit and pressurise Gus Burton, although Gus Burton has now taken the fastest lap.
There are the leaders together as Will Martin now does the fastest lap of the race, takes that point away from Kian Jewis. So 10 minutes, 1/4 distance done, and 1 or 2 drivers now upping their pace. Theo Edgerton is third, but he's dropped back a little bit. Josh Malin is 4th, and Will Martin is 5th. In terms of the classes, Pro-Am still Rainford, even though he's got Nathan Harrison and then Angus Whiteside right up behind him, and Josh Stanton, to Everlast, is the leading Am as the cars work. Lap 6 coming now up through Agostini. Now for the race lead, it's down to 1/10 of a second, and suddenly Kian Jewis is looking very menacing as far as the lead is concerned. Tries the outside line into the Wilson hairpin, looks to get the undercut coming out of the corner. Gus Burton, who's been rapid all season, finally claimed that win at Knock Hill, but he might not be able to win this because Jewis is going from one side to the other, trying to unsettle the race leader's car. He's trying to find a gap as well. Kian Jewis may not have made the best of starts, but he's racing well, flashing the lights to try to distract the reigning GT4 British GT champion. They're together coming into Agostini, and Jewis now is looking more like when rather than if. He gets the race lead. They're almost level. He's on the lights. There's contact. He's going to go through on the inside, and Kian Jewis takes over the lead, goes a little bit wide over the curb. Kian, the championship leader, has only had 1 win this year. He wants a second, and he's now going the right way about it. Finally, he's ahead of Burton. Down they come towards Brundle and Nelson once more, last lap. Gus Burton would quite like to win this on the road as well, wouldn't he? As the cars now turn into Brundle and Nelson, they go into the left, into the right. Burton is about as close as he needs to be.
Yeah, well, either way, it looks like Gus Burton's going to score his 2nd victory of the year, having scored his first one up at Knock Hill last time out. Looks like another one's going to come his way.
Kian Jewis wins on the road. The race win is going to be won by Gus Burton, and Theo Edgerton takes 2nd, Josh Malin 3rd, Kian Jewis 4th, and it was Will Martin that spun, and that is really significant for the championship. But that's the race winner. Gus Burton it is that wins this 40-minute race at Snetterton then, in the end, by 2 seconds from Theo Edgerton. Josh Malin gets a podium in 3rd, Charles Rainford and Josh Stanton, the other class winners, and action all the way. Gus Burton comes out on top of round 9 of Porsche Carrera Cup GB, ahead of Theo Edgerton and Josh Malin taking 3rd. Kian Jewis 4th, having won on the road with his 5-second penalty for track limit abuses being applied. Adam Smalley taking 5th ahead of Matty Graham, and then after a spin, Will Martin 7th ahead of Oliver White, with Jake Giddings 9th, and the Pro-Am winner, Charles Rainford, in 10th.